Hi guys, this is my second video for this channel. Uh, have a Bluetooth, have a laptop to play a music, so I don't want to get copyright. So my next topic is six business that we go in 2022 and beyond. Again, I'm, I'm not a expert. I'm just giving this what I am. Yeah. Um, this for me, and I try to give what it says, what they mean, and I don't know what is what. So
January 11th, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog. New. Popular. Book.
I can move.
6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. If you're thinking of starting a business in the coming year, consider these growing industries. Copyright Webflow Team. 2021 has been the year of. Share this via an SB.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So
Revisiting our old ways of working and reimagining what our work could look like in the future. The Great Resignation is in full swing, opportunities are opening up, and many people are considering what it would look like to start their own business. Here are some of the business ideas.
yeah.
Ideas that are likely to grow in 2022. In fields like virtual event planning, the entire business model is fairly new. The people making online hosting platforms are envisioning what virtual events could look like. Markets like pet services have existed for years, but are now exploding with possibilities, because so many people adopted animals during the pandemic. Regardless of how new or old the field you are interested in is, fresh thinking and a beautiful website can set your services apart. Whether you are considering making a foray into entrepreneurship or are a web developer trying to anticipate what kinds of web
Yeah. Nah, that's how we do. Yeah. on the first page, on the first paragraph, it says here, basis we go and change due to COVID-19. You guys know that COVID-19 shown that things can do online most part, and you can see the business that cannot be on online at all for legal purpose. So I don't know what it is. So I'm not a lawyer. So just need to talk to that. And on top of that, there's a lot of people. Sorry, I have the paper on me. You guys can see on the what on there. I guess I cannot be doing eating and that doing this thing at the same thing. So that's why I use that software. There's on top of that, people are quitting their jobs because either they do have the remote, but business got to go back to the office. For they try to keep an eye on them. Yeah, that's the one thing. But people now says, "Hey, I can do my job online." There are some people cannot be doing work from home for a lot of reasons, so I can list them at one by one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That top of that, and market have changed a lot since. And during the it's like wait, yeah. Yeah, and most of them as people are starting doing their own business. So yep.
Websites you might be hired to create in the upcoming year. This list is here
Yeah,
to
there's
provide
other
you with
things.
some inspiration.
Yeah, I think you can get hired, can do it on remote. So that's it.
Inspiration. Industries to consider for business ideas in 2022 curated with Flow. 214. January 11th, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog. 1. Sustainability. According to NYU Stern's 2020 market research, sustainability marketed products grew 7.1x faster than products not marketed as sustainable. More people than ever are aware of the impact of their actions on the environment, and this is reflected in their shopping behavior. According to a single quote SL research, 52% of consumers want products with less or recycled packaging, 48% want more affordable eco-friendly products, and 44% want products with more natural ingredients. There are opportunities for niche businesses offering local green alternatives. Nordic Harvest in Denmark grows fresh salad greens locally with sustainable agricultural techniques. In Portugal, NGS makes textiles that meet the highest environmental standards so that designers can make their products from locally sourced fabric. There is also demand for more eco-conscious services like Sphere, which provides an index for 401 Ks that divest from fossil fuels. However, the market has seen so many new eco-friendly products released that it may be difficult for consumers to navigate. This opens up opportunities for a new type of business. Services that provide recommendations and education on eco-friendly products, or help individuals assess their own environmental impact will likely be popular. Aurora, Ecological Self-Assessment curated in Webflow https://webflow.
Usually maybe I let
January 11th.
I finish the first couple the whole first part, then I talk. So
January 11th, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog. Aurora provides a self-assessment quiz and then uses the results to provide customized recommendations and reviews, helping customers choose better products and services. Their website is clean, bright, and easy to navigate. Their carbon footprint quiz developed using Webflow's support for interactions is an engaging way for users to interact with their service.
Again, for me, I don't know this app because I have no experience. So you guys can do research more. The topic is more people doing damage to the plates or what. It says 52. So I don't know what the factors. It says 52 of courses one's product with less or recyclable package. Okay, I don't know what they talk about because I don't have the experience on this one. Okay. Next.
Service. 2. Pet services. Whether people were lonely in isolation or found themselves with more downtime, America's love of pets boomed in the past year. The ASPCA found that 1 in 5 of the people they surveyed had acquired a dog or cat between March 2020 and May 2021. Plus, pet industry expenditures grew from $97.1 billion to $103.6 billion during the same time period. More new pets mean an increased need for training, walking, feeding, and other pet care services. There are so many businesses that can help serve this demographic. With all the new pet service businesses popping up, Pet Exec cleverly saw an opportunity to step in and provide technical support to help manage those businesses. Watchdog Labs helps pet owners find the best food for their companions by rating nutrition and environmental impact as well as monitoring recalls. For those who have lost a companion, Eternava creates Lab. Q-Made in Webflow. 414 https://webflow.com/blog/business-ideas. January 11, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog grown diamonds from pet sashes to remember them by. Perway, dog walking maps. Perway is a dog walking app that provides neighborhood information to help dogs and their owners have safer and more enriching walks together. It also connects them with the dog-owning community around their neighborhood and distributes lost pet alerts. In addition to all the adorable pet photos they get to adorn their website with, they use a slider to show how the features of their app work in real life.
Pet service is good because people are getting more pets. I've seen it at PetSmart or Petco or any pet shops. People are buying more food because it's good for me to go with them to get busy, but everything. So says it, and there's a lot of money. Yeah, okay, good, but yeah, that's good.
Life. 3. Fitness. The wellness market is already a well-established one, with a market of more than $1.5 trillion and growing. But the pandemic changed how people approach their fitness routines in a big way. As a result of reduced access to gyms, people discovered the upsides to working out from home. Acumen Research expects the home fitness market to reach $14.8 billion by 2027. Products like Buddy Gym that make home workouts more effective could be a promising opportunity. Health and wellness apps are a huge market as well, with downloads growing by 46%. Why Diaris is made in Webflow. https://webflow.com/blog/business-ideas 514. January 11, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog worldwide at the beginning of 2020, according to the World Economic Forum. People have also been enjoying physical activities that are less workout-focused, like climbing or martial arts. Facilities like High Point Climbing and Kickboxing have seen lots of success, and Push Press provides software to help run independent gyms and smaller facilities. Fighter, home workout improvement. A big drawback of home workouts is the absence of trainers who can give important feedback about proper form. Fighter addresses this problem by using augmented reality technology to monitor your form and track your fitness progress. Websites for apps should be pared down, focusing on the application itself as a product, and this one does an amazing job of using animated images to highlight the product. Unleash your related reads. Inspiration. What 13 famous
online fitness is pretty good. It's good. Fitness or online or both gyms. Yeah, it says online. Most people don't on home. Yeah, it's good. You don't need to go to the gym, save bus time, everything. But I think yes, easy to go, not to do it at the house. Okay, next. Let's skip a couple of them.
4. Digital events and conferences. The days of cobbling together an online event with Zoom calls and technical difficulties may soon be over. Virtual event hosting has become a full-on industry and one that will remain popular even after in-person events are fully reopened. Companies have discovered that moving events to a fully virtual or hybrid model opens up participation to many more people than would otherwise have access. Lawrence Coburn, co-founder of video chat startup Twine, noted that event planners were seeing 4 to 5 times the participation in virtual events over their in-person counterparts. QMate and Webflow. 7/14 https://webflow.com/blog/business-ideas. January 11, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog. There are opportunities for creating services to support planning, hosting, and executing online events of all kinds. Also worth considering, with so many companies going remote, are businesses like the Great Gotham Challenge that provide ways for remote employees to connect. Goldcast, engaging remote events. Goldcast has found a niche offering more holistic event support. Billing themselves as immersive as your favorite Netflix show is a bold move, but they use clever interactive features and a blend of live and pre-recorded video support to make the events they host feel more like a party than a Zoom call. Their dark background, semi-transparent header, and creative use of animations make their site feel as exciting as the events they hope to host.
For this one, the digital events and conference, like you got Meetup, Slack.com, and Meet other like Google Hangouts to meet people. Bad thing is, yeah, or on your computer all the time. That's the bad thing. And yeah, it's good to have, but lately I think people are sick of doing everything online, so they go out. So yeah, that's all me. Okay, next. Last
5. Home improvement. Millions of Americans moved or purchased homes in the past year, resulting in a boom in the home renovation and interior decoration markets. Even many folks who stayed put got tired of looking at the same old walls and decided to freshen things up a little. Services providing help for everything from making renovations and deep projects to interior redecorating are seeing major successes. Home improvement sales wide IRS is made in Webflow https://webflow.com/blog/business-ideas 814. January 11th, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog increased by 12.8% and 24.8% in May and June 2020, respectively, and according to the 2021 House and Home Study, spending on home renovations has increased by 15% in the last year. Don't forget outdoor spaces. With people opting to socialize outside more, improvements to outdoor spaces grew by 6% in popularity. There are potential business opportunities in providing patio and garden decoration improvements as well. Living cozy, quality home goods recommendations. Shopping for furniture is hard to do online when you can't touch and interact with the objects. Living Cozy helps you navigate purchasing furniture and home decor online by providing objective reviews and sustainability scores. They nest detailed brand information and recommendations under eye-catching pictures to make their site feel clean and minimal while still providing loads of useful details. 6. Freelancer support.
Home improvements is good because people buying houses, so or improve their houses a lot because they are working in home, so they have a lot of time to do that. Yeah, that's good. Good business. I have no clue about improve with home because okay, and that's
support. There has been a massive reconsidering of work and the role that it plays in people's lives recently. Many are deciding to strike out on their own with self-employment or try dream jobs they were always afraid to pursue. Freelancing is increasingly popular. Made in Webflow https://webflow.com/blog/business-ideas 914. January 11th, 2022, 7:12 p.m. 6 businesses that will grow in 2022 and beyond. Pipe Webflow blog and likely to remain so for a long time. 15 million Americans did freelance work in 2020, according to the Upwork Freelance Forward report. 12% of the American workforce began freelancing in 2020, so businesses like Wingspan, that help those people navigate this new sort of work environment, will see lots of demand for their services. There will also continue to be a high demand for portfolio websites across many industries. With so many freelancers competing for jobs, their personal websites will really need to stand out. Web designers will need to push their creativity to make exceptional portfolio sites for their clients. There are some incredible portfolio examples in the Webflow community that can provide inspiration. The Circle and the Square, multidisciplinary portfolio. This portfolio site for multidisciplinary duo The Circle and the Square infuses their attitude and artistic aesthetic throughout. It uses photos, videos, and movements on scroll to create a dynamic and exciting portfolio. Made in Web.
That's it. The rest of the topic website, it's like basic stuff. Yeah, freelancing is good. Because you can do everything online. You can do your own this boss. You don't need to be a manager that to tell you what to do, what time, take a break, what. That's good to know to have, and you can set your hours, that your rate. So that's good. So think about it, and I'll go to make more make a record for the next couple of topics I like to see. This I can do it online, but for me, I print out on one by one. So that's it. See you guys. Hello, guys. About 2 minutes in, I didn't notice there's no order. So back to step one. This video will talk about addressing the bar loneliness in intervention with one more walk. So let's go. And it's
Sponsor content. Addressing the burnout, loneliness, and indifference associated with remote work. December 8, 2021. Addressing the burnout, loneliness, and indifference associated with remote work. By Ben Breslaw and Stephen Sir. Now that the business world has settled into the work-from-home experiment, how are we doing? Like most things, it depends on whom you ask. Remote work has certainly created opportunities, allowing many workers to avoid long commutes and to spend more quality time with family. It has broadened the talent pool for many employers. Flexibility needs to be part of the future. It was important before the pandemic, and we're not going back now. But remote work also exposed social risks. Workers are experiencing burnout and loneliness. Without face-to-face communication, many miss having a sense of shared purpose and are more indifferent to their employers. At the same time, companies are struggling to retain and recruit talent in a highly competitive environment. None of these issues are going to get better on their own, at least not anytime soon. The burnout is real. Half of all employees today struggle to set boundaries when working from home. While work from home presents some opportunities for a better work-life balance, many workers are experiencing the opposite. People are working longer hours and lacking the separation of the commute and talks in the highway between meetings. They struggle with a lack of downtime that is critical to the innovative thinking that propels organizations forward. The lack of separation between home and office is disproportionately affecting parents and caregivers, who miss the solid line of demarcation they previously established. And General Z is not immune to struggles, either. These newest entrants to the workforce have higher than average fears of unemployment and worry their lack of face time with leaders is slowing their career progression. Established professionals who may be fine working from the comfort of their home offices and second homes would not have those luxuries if they had not been in person building their skills, experiences, and networks earlier in their careers. More than ever, employees struggle with their mental health, anxiety in particular. The always-on nature of remote work haunts high achievers, as the kitchen table or the spare bedroom is only a couple of steps away. There is also the issue of disenchantment. We are social animals, and remote workers struggle to feel connected to virtual peers. 61% of the workforce is craving human interaction with colleagues, JLL research finds. Some employees also face challenges rising in the ranks while working from home. And these days, people who are not getting promoted are seeking greener. More than ever, employees struggle with their Some employees also face challenges rising in the ranks while working from home. And these days, people who are not getting promoted are seeking greener pastures elsewhere. It is hard for them to feel loyal to people they have never met in person. The Great Resignation is all too real, especially for employers vying to attract and retain talent. It is time to rethink the office. JLL is advising our clients to position the office as a destination that reinforces company culture, enables collaboration, and enhances creativity. This is a space for nurturing a sense of belonging where networking, learning, growing, collaborating, solving complex problems, and developing new products are the byproducts of a flourishing environment. Think of it this way, the office is no longer like a landline phone, with limited choices and uninspiring features built to the designated utility. Today, the workplace is a smartphone that individuals can personalize to meet their needs and companies can use to create experiences that unlock their highest potential. Right now, health and wellness, mentorship, and purpose are great individual needs, and talent attraction and retention, innovation, and culture underpin a company's potential. We are advising our clients to use this unprecedented opportunity to create office environments and workplace cultures that are more sustainable, personalized, responsible, and experiential. Imagine the workplace as a painting in progress. Learning from the styles of the past and influenced by these unique times, companies and employees are choosing the colors, applying brush strokes to the canvas, and trying to paint an inspiring picture. To thrive today and tomorrow requires a flexible approach. Companies that say this is our model while drawing a line in the sand will inevitably backpedal. But companies that say we are going to learn as we go, based on our mission and values, are more likely to succeed. We guide companies to be clear about their purpose and to understand how their workplace can best support it now and into the future, and then test, learn, and adapt to change the way we work for the well-being of all stakeholders. Visit our website to learn how to facilitate a return to the office, identify a workplace strategy that works best for your people, and more. Ben Breslaw is Chief Research Officer, Americas, ATL. He recently co-authored the book The Workplace You Need Now. Steve Rumser is Chief Innovation Officer, Americas, at JLL, and an executive professor at Texas A&M University's Mays Business School.
That's the three common things people look and seeing now with our remote working, and the basic companies and employees try to find a way to get how to handle this, and all of knows most of them will not do the right thing. What how how company making this, you guys know it is. That's this is a short topic is a straight part out. I goes to how it is, what's the effect and side effect of this one of remote for remote work. So this is for now. So, hi guys, and this is Romeo again from the Roman Bacala, the Code Fact podcast, and my topic is on Domino's and the promotion of the new vice president within the network. And this topic was on December 17, 7 or 21, but I printed out to show when I did print out in what time. Though you guys can see it take a lot of time to find topics I would like to and scan them. Okay.
These three individuals have been instrumental in bringing growth and innovation to Domino's in their respective areas, said Rich Allison, Domino's CEO. Their promotions are well-deserved, and I can't wait to see the positive impact they'll continue bringing to the brand. Q search login register menu CN, nations R/7 equals L circuit. Tremble's new role as Senior Vice President, Brand and Product Innovation. She will oversee advertising, media, product innovation, and national sales. She was named Vice President of Advertising in 2017, after serving as Director of Digital Marketing and Director of Loyalty. Tremble joined Domino's in 2011 from Procter & Gamble. She earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Pennsylvania and her MBA from Indiana University's Kelley School of Business. These three individuals have been instrumental in bringing growth and innovation to Domino's in their respective areas, said Rich Allison, Domino's CEO. Their promotions are well-deserved, and I can't wait to see the positive impact they'll continue bringing to the brand. Q search login register menu CN, nations are /70.
Sorry guys. I guess I can do this scan, but let's see. There's no thing is perfect, okay?
Top public restaurant brands with a global enterprise of more than 18,300 stores in over 90 markets. Domino's had global retail sales of over $16.1 billion in 2020, with nearly $8.3 billion in the U.S. and over $7.8 billion internationally. In the third quarter of 2021, Domino's had global retail sales of nearly $4.1 billion, with nearly $2 billion in the U.S. and over $2.1 billion internationally. Its system is comprised of independent franchise owners who accounted for 98% of Domino's stores as of the end of the third quarter of 2021. Emphasis on technology innovation helped Domino's achieve more than half of all global retail sales in 2020 from digital channels. In the U.S., Domino's generated more than 70% of sales in 2020 via digital channels and has developed several innovative ordering platforms, including those for Google Home, Facebook Messenger, Apple Watch, Amazon Echo, Twitter and more. In 2019, Domino's announced a partnership with Nuro to further its exploration and testing of autonomous pizza delivery. In mid-2020, Domino's launched a new way to order contactless carryout nationwide, via Domino's Carside Delivery registered trademark, which customers can choose when placing a prepaid online order. Order, Domino's.com company info, biz.dominos.com media assets, media.dominos.com. 0.
Yeah, sorry. This part is says is they go good getting beating of this person. Her name is what's the her name? Someone something. Sorry, I cannot that with her background in business or what everything. And Domino's doing 20 years ago. Everything they good doing good. Dependent emphasis on 90% of country stores. They doing complete new computers, AI or autonomous cars, those things. So let's see. Yeah, I need to off. See you guys, and it's like 5 minutes. So, and again, some topics are short, some things are long. So, I guess my topic is Domino's and it's their franchise. Let's go. This one is updated on 1/11/2022 and I still it
Jump in profit. Shorekai says COVID-19 pandemic is holding back trading as it reports profit of 10.5 million euros. Friday, December 31st, 2021, 13:25. Dominic Coyle. Pizza Group Domino's saw profits jump by 19% at its largest Irish franchise in the first year of the COVID pandemic, even as directors complained that the virus had held the business back. Shorekai, which operates about 30 of the 86 Domino's outlets across the country, said the pandemic had a negative effect on trading activities in 2020. Turnover in the year to December 27, 2020, was 3% ahead at €55.26 million. But pre-tax profits jumped to €10.5 million, almost 20% of the €8.8 million earned in 2019. The Republic accounted for just over two-thirds of sales, with the balance coming from Northern Ireland. Employee numbers slipped slightly to 516 last year from 543 in 2019. Reporting on the company's outlook when the accounts were signed off in September, directors said, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to have a negative effect on its trading activities since the year-end and has resulted in a lower-than-expected level of trading activities since the COVID-19 virus spread nationwide. A dividend of €8 million was paid to the company's shareholders earlier this year. Gig economy. The business is majority owned by the Belfast-based Caldwell family. Domino Pizza Group, the listed company that runs the pizza chain in Britain and Ireland, took a 15% stake in the business in 2019 for €12.5 million. The Bronfman family from the U.S., whose wealth was originally derived from Seagram whiskey, also owns about a third of the business. The company said it is awaiting a court of appeal ruling on its challenge to a tax assessment that one of its businesses wrongly treated its delivery drivers as self-employed independent contractors. The case was heard last July. The Revenue argued the drivers should be treated as employees for tax purposes. Eccles Carson, Midlands, business has subsequently lost appeals to the Tax Appeals Commission and the High Court in what was the first gig economy ruling from an Irish court.
Yeah, and this one is this is based on UK. Hey, this channel is I like to pick on what topics I like. In case can send me a comment on the comments. So yeah, it's said that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, wait, it says there's some legal stuff going on, so I'm not go comment. So because I don't have the experience on this one, the legal stuff. So what? You guys can go over that or look.
The case dates back to a 2014 revenue assessment on Carson's tax treatment of its delivery drivers in 2010 and 2011. Read more. Valeo Foods revenues top EUR but impairment charges put it into the red. JD Sports paid out €18 million dividend in year it received €1.3 million in state supports. McDonald's Japan will only offer small-sized fries as COVID hits supplies. Farmers Warnland Beer Ireland board as deal gets thumbs up from Co-op. Former Bewley's managing director Patrick Bewley dies aged 77. More from the Irish Times.
Yeah, this is the bill is good and they give some money and due to COVID-19, everything is messed up. That's pricing, everything is messed up, and someone died. Yeah, but I don't know what's this, so that's it for now. Yeah. Okay, bye. Hi guys. My next topic is on the news again, and how are they doing? This one was printed out on 2021, and the topic was on June 5th, 2022, 19 in the East Coast.
January 11, 2022, 7:14 p.m. Domino's Pizza slips after Stevens warns the pizza rally may be cooled off pipe seeking alpha. Consumer on the move. Domino's Pizza slips after Stevens warns the pizza rally may be cooled off. Domino's Pizza, Incorporated, DPZ, by Clark Schultz, Matt Carty/Getty Images News. Domino's Pizza, NYSE, DPZ, trades lower after Stevens drops its rating to underweight from equal weight. The ratings cut on the pizza store operator follows a 41% rally in share price over the last 52 weeks and a pop during the early part of the pandemic. Analyst James Rutherford, our downgrade of DPZ is not a negative call on their upcoming F4Q report. It is also not a sign that we lack confidence in their business model and multi-year growth path. Our downgrade was born out of an observation that the stock already has had a very strong run, and for 2022 there may be a few headwinds to the business model relative to peers. Shares have performed well. HTTPS.
It says they're pretty good, but the couple of years, but it says the main topic is things they can see is the slowing down, and there's no sign of that once, but they said they need to downgrade, but the other reasons that we can go on the next page. This is going to be a short video, okay?
Uncertain times. It is no. With investors favoring high quality, highly franchised business models in these uncertain times. It is noted that DPZ offers investors good growth and strong inflation protection, but at a steep price, with DPZ's 2022 F/EBITDA multiple at 132% of its historical average forward multiple. Stevens assigns a price target of $500 to DPZ to rep 6.5% downside potential. See how the valuation marks on Domino's Pizza compare to peers and historical norms. https://
Yeah, it says they're pretty good, but they can see this that they everything's going down in the cost of things going up, so they have to slow down. Okay, see you. That's on Domino's. Okay. Hi guys. My topic is on the pandemic drive old people, old workers to go in quicks. And you can see on the video on the screen. Here you go. Again, I go to play the software, okay, for you guys to hear.
Pandemic driving older workers to call it quits early. Local news. By Jim Gaines, staff writer. Advertisement. As businesses struggle to attract young workers to entry-level positions, the COVID-19 pandemic is driving a wave of early retirements, Dayton area employers and analysts say. Advertisement HTTP.
Yeah, and the first page is during this COVID-19, companies is having problem getting employees, and there's more older workers says, I'm getting the early retirement. I'm done.
Across the board, workers want more flexibility, and for people in senior positions that often means moving up plans to leave their full-time careers. Joni Watson taught art in Dayton Public Schools for 35 years, and was vice president of the Dayton Education Association Teachers Union. I had really planned on teaching 5 more years, but then a couple things happened, Watson said. First, the school system offered a retirement incentive. She accepted it, but almost changed her mind because she loved teaching so much. The advent of COVID-19, however, had made teaching inordinately stressful, not only due to concerns about catching the disease, but unpredictable shutdowns and the difficulty of switching to remote learning. That convinced her. She retired in June.
Hey, I don't blame this person. She's working for 25 years in the public schools, and the schools, be honest, give her the chance. Hey, get the only right now or stay. So with this COVID-19, she said, basically said, hey, I'm out, and hey, I don't blame them catching the disease. The when the stations got to shut down, and the hard of doing the remote learning, but teachers and work students, and it's good. I don't blame them.
While much attention has focused on younger workers seeking better jobs or quitting the workforce altogether, they don't account for a majority of the labor shortage, according to a recent CNN business report. Drawing on research by financial services provider Goldman Sachs, the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City, and human resources firm ADP, the report found that nearly 70% of the 5 million people who have left the labor force during the COVID-19 pandemic are over age 55. The rate of those retirees taking new jobs has also declined. A steady rise in the stock market since early 2020 and increasing property values enabled many baby boomers, born between 1946 and 1964, to afford early retirement, the report found. That's happening in the Dayton area, according to Noreen Wilhelm, senior fellow at the Dayton Foundation's Del Mar Encore initiative, which puts highly skilled older people who want to keep working back into community positions. Two local trends are emerging, she said. One is that workers are seeking greater flexibility, shorter hours, and variable schedules. That includes people close to retirement age. Older workers are not unique in wanting to be safe and to sort of get more out of life, Wilhelm said. Also, retirement itself has changed from decades past. People who reach 65 can easily expect to be active for the next 10,20, maybe 30 years, she said. Varied reactions. As part of the overall Great Resignation, older workers are exiting traditional jobs, and pretty quickly, and without warning, said Donna Kastner, a Del Mar Encore Fellow. She works with the Silver is Gold program, which links employers with skilled older adults for part-time, contract positions. Prior to the pandemic, older workers were staying in jobs longer than in previous decades, Kastner said. If older workers considered retiring, they often kept their plans quiet. I believe right now we're on a complete 180, she said. Yet many of them are too young to be done with work, Kastner said. They're unlikely to go back into some of the industries which report major labor shortages such as service and hospitality jobs, but can be excellent mentors for younger and mid-career people, she said. I think they have this trusted advisor/coach role that is just perfect for them, Kastner said. Explore County auditors push to expand property tax exemption for seniors. Shifting demographics make it imperative that jobs adjust to match older workers' needs, she said. By 2034 there will be more Americans over age 65 than are 18 or younger, for the first time in history, Kastner said. Many companies were short on entry-level workers and middle management before the pandemic started, said Doug Barry, president of Dayton staffing firm Baristaff. Then uncertainty and disruption due to COVID-19 led many to retire a few years earlier than expected, he said. Departures have leveled off, but there's no indication yet of a wave of returns. https://www.dayton.com/what
Essentially, this whole thing, this section says, Lord, we've been working so long. it's time for me to take a back, relax a little bit, and get part-time jobs. I can go in for a couple of days, couple of hours, and they said, "Good, I have what? They have like 10, 20, 30 more before they die, so I don't blame them." Yeah, no, some of them work since 18. Now they are reaching the age 8. I retired. I have the passion. I have the chance to go out early. Hey, and I can get a part-time jobs somewhere because, dude, seriously, they don't want to work that long hours, so I love them. As in, like Costco, Whole Food, they have a lot of old people. Like they're so like once a week or twice a week. I see them. Uh, Not that Costco that those people giving free food. I see them like couple of 2 or 3 days. 5 or 6 hours? Just standing and giving food. Hey, I don't blame them. That's the easy way. Just give them. That's it. Yeah. I said that's right. I said one or two old people there working. Hey, dude. So what? Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. And so then it said, hey, I need to change jobs.
We haven't gotten to the point where they've been away from the workforce long enough to say, you know what, I'm going to go get a job or paycheck again, Barry said. Coming out of the shutdowns, I think we have a segment of the population that's still a little bit unsure if they want to get back in the workforce or not. Explore the great mismatch. Why aren't companies with record job openings connecting with applicants? Even if they do jump back in, people aren't necessarily returning to their old careers. Some are heading in completely different directions, saying this is what I've always wanted to do, and I'm going to do it, he said. Barry said flexibility is essential for companies seeking to keep people. We have basically said the way you've thought about employment and dealing with employees, throw it out the window, he said. We've seen customers really shift their focus on how they handle recruitment and retention. Many of those changes are positive and will likely stay longer than COVID-19, Barry said. Multiple catalysts. The early round of COVID-19 lockdowns led many people to rethink their employment, as people at various stages of life pondered their goals, Wilhelm said. That shift means employers need to look critically at their actual needs, instead of what they've traditionally done, she said. Some are finding they can break full-time jobs into several part-time positions and offer a flexible mix of remote and in-person work, Wilhelm said. Several Dayton area organizations have held events to talk about their need for skilled workers, she said. They want a mixed-generation workforce, not just young people, but those with institutional knowledge. We think that both are crucial to the future of the workforce in our region, Wilhelm said. Explore effort intensifies to attract, retain talented workers in Dayton region. A changing work environment isn't just happening at large companies. The same pressures are altering small business, according to Roger Geiger, Executive Director of the Ohio chapter of the National Federation of Independent Business. Almost 60% of Ohio small businesses right now have positions they can't fill. That's a record high, he said. The Ohio NFIB represents about 22,000 small business owners, including more than 1,000 in Montgomery County, Geiger said. Small businesses can't match big companies for pay and benefits, but almost half of small firms have hiked their pay, and a quarter plan to do so again. A fifth of small businesses are offering new types of benefits. Even prior to the pandemic, we were headed for this cliff, Geiger said. Previously, the shortage was largely caused by two factors, he said: a skills gap for many open trade positions such as plumbers and electricians, and a lack of soft skills needed to keep and perform any job. https://
Yeah, as can see is sorry, I was looking something on my other scene. Says, dude, I can go back, get job, part time, yeah, part time or package job, to keep me busy, and hey, yeah. Basically, it's, also people now police is good. I have a one full time jobs, but right now it's all online or online work. So I can get like 3 or 4 jobs online. So I figured out those things. That's good. And some small business right now, and not me, it says it's 6% of our health business in it is okay. I don't know what the percent in other states, so I'm not a expert. Okay, yeah. That's a lot of jobs. Yeah, yeah. We think small companies cannot pay what the big what the corporation pays. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. I guess I'm going to put all the links. Okay, I said it for me. I get all the links, print it out, scan this into Courseware. It does have other life things in life. Okay, besides YouTube.
Job openings plentiful, workers scarce. It's all hands on deck to get people trained. Ohio's sluggish population growth meant there were fewer people available for entry-level jobs, and then the pandemic drove older workers to retire 5 or 6 years earlier than planned, Geiger said. The strain of COVID-19 is pushing people out of some industries such as healthcare, he said. It's the perfect storm, if you will, that has caused a real challenge for employers of all sizes, Geiger said. As that labor pool gets smaller and smaller, they're basically stealing good employees from other employers. Many of those older workers haven't really stopped working, but they've quit conventional jobs for the gig economy, he said. He's not sure how many, but a substantial number are working for themselves or as independent contractors. We are in a transformational era right now, Geiger said. This has been the second year to set a record for the number of startups, he said. Explore testify. Who gets to address legislators, and how? That tells me a lot of people who were working for somebody else are now working for themselves, Geiger said. The change from a 9-to-5 job can allow someone to stay home if they lack child care, or if they have to quarantine following COVID-19 exposure, he said. Local experiences. Dealing with an aging workforce is nothing new for Kevin Birch, Vice President of Sales and Governmental Affairs for Michigan-based Martin Transportation Systems, formerly Jet Express. The average truck driver is 48, 6 years older than the average American worker, said Birch, who has himself spent 47 years in the industry. Truckers also tend to retire later, often driving into their 70s or 80s, he said. We've had a perfect storm in the last few years. We've had an aging workforce and we've had, not a bad situation, but a pathetically poor environment in trying to get younger people involved in our industry, he said. The American Trucking Association, of which Birch is a previous board chair, estimates 1 million more drivers will be needed over the next decade. That's more than a quarter of the current number of drivers. While Birch expects computer-assisted driving to be widely available soon, he believes fully autonomous trucks are decades away. Truckers' pay has increased 8% to 10% this year due to the driver shortage and increased demand, Birch said. Trucking firms have had to revamp driving patterns with relays and shorter runs, because drivers want to regularly be home with their families, he said. Explore trucking industry wants to lower age to drive big rigs. Safety advocates call it risky. Once a driver gets an appropriate commercial driver's license and meets company qualifications, they can make $60,000 a year without student debt, Birch said. https://www.dayton.com/what-to-pandemic-driving-older-workers-to.
Yeah, I guess mostly is one of the jobs is the cock feed. Because there's a lot of red tapes. Again, I'm not an expert of those things, and right now people are doing like in the independent work because again there's other things why people do that is the lack of childcare, the amount of course, everything. Right, again, it's depend on each person on what they do. Like, okay, and it is, yeah, the rest is shark feed. I don't know what it is. I'm not the expert. Okay.
AES, formerly Dayton Power and Light, hasn't necessarily seen retirements accelerate, but senior employees are thinking more about it, said Marianne Cabell, AES Director of Corporate Communications. They've also been very transparent that that's something they're going to consider in the very near future, she said. AES wants its soon-to-be retirees to train others, ensuring that their institutional knowledge remains, Cabell said. Premier Health System in Dayton has seen more people exploring their options for transitioning out of the workforce, according to a statement from Stacy Lawson, Premier Health Vice President and Chief Human Resource Officer. Explore job seekers market brings better pay amid a great resignation. These employees aren't necessarily taking those steps yet, but want to make well-informed decisions about both when and how, she said. We have also seen an increase in employees, including those nearing retirement, who are expressing interest in more flexible working arrangements, and we have worked to meet those evolving needs and expectations. Some previous retirees have asked about coming back in some way, due to the need for healthcare workers right now, Lawson said. Broad possibilities. Whether it's a part-time return to a previous job, an independent contracting position, or a second career, work options exist for retirees who want them. Silver is Gold drew 54 people to its first event in November, at the Dayton Metro Library, Kastner said. The group's next event for retired professionals, or those thinking of retiring and wondering what they want to do next, will be 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Thursday, January 27. It's free, but advance registration is required at www.silverisgold.org/events. Kastner founded Retirepreneur, a think tank for executives designing encore careers. In that role, for 10 years she saw this trend growing, she said. Explore Ohio updates its website to help people find top jobs. In late 2019, Kastner attended a 3-day national conference on what might happen at the end of a standard career. She was surprised by how many people in their 40s talked to her about their changing priorities. And that was 2 months before the pandemic became an issue, Kastner said. As for Watson, she's now a Del Mar Encore Fellow herself. Everyone says when you retire you can do what you want, but I really love working, she said. Then she heard about the Dayton Foundation's Del Mar Encore program and applied for it. The fellowship program matched her with a part-time position at the Brunner Literacy Center, which offers one-on-one tutoring for adults that aligned with her ideals. Being of service is really important to me, Watson said. HTTPS.
Yeah, yes, people are exploring other fields besides staying in one field, so they try to go to other parts. So there are other problems to help you guys to look into. Again, I'm not going to into those things. Guys can look it up or what. So that's it. I'll go to the next one. See. Guys, my topic is on one of the Pizza Hut floors with the notice. Okay, let's go.
January 11th, 2022, 7:13 p.m. Macomb Pizza Hut closes without notice. The McDonough County Voice. Pizza Hut closes without notice. Helen Spencer special to McDonough County Voice. USA Today Network published 12:01 p.m. Connecticut, December 14, 2021. Macomb. The Macomb Pizza Hut closed abruptly on Wednesday, leaving customers and employees wondering why. According to gem.com, the general manager and 13 employees were issued their last checks for their last 2 weeks of work and informed by a Zoom meeting Wednesday night that the restaurant would be permanently closing. John Bannon, Macomb's community development director, said they were not aware of the closure from Pizza Hut, but found out from other sources. It is disappointing any time a business closes, and we hope the employees find new employment as quick as possible. Macomb Chamber of Commerce said Pizza Hut has not contacted them concerning the abrupt closure. Restaurant industry publications and news outlets began reporting in 2019 that Pizza Hut planned to close 500 dine-in locations. It cited low revenue from dining in and years of competition from express-style rivals offering delivery and discounts, and better online presence. In 2020, industry publications and news outlets reported that Pizza Hut's largest franchisee, NPC International, had declared bankruptcy, planned to close up to 300 stores, and sell 927 others. NPC International operated 20% of all U.S.-based Pizza Hut restaurants. It was not clear at the time this story went to press whether the Macomb store closure is related to the NPC International store closings. Eddie Dermott.
Okay. Again, guys can guys read and hear that. It's such for those employees about the job loss. Because Pizza Hut didn't give notice. Hey, I don't blame business owner, because due to COVID-19, there's a lot of business going under, and the people don't understand Pizza Hut is a Pizza Hut stores. It can be a corporation, or the corp owns the store, or the is a franchise of stores. So under Pizza Hut name, so they is owned from a person or a group of person or a company that license the name and operates under Pizza Hut. So I really don't know what's the reason why they close it. So there's a lot of things I don't know, and it says the main topic is there's a lot of business doing pizza, and the profit is not that much, and the cost of doing business and other things. And one of the major players, meaning Pizza Hut franchise, plans to, so I don't know plans to close up 300 stores and it says 927 stores. NPC or Intention operates 20% of all US. That's a lot of. That's a huge percent. Yeah. Imagine how much the expense is. I don't know, but that's a lot. 20%. That's a huge blow to Pizza Hut. Okay. Okay, that's it. Hello. Hey guys. This is Bakatan. The code the code to fight of podcast. This is topic. Heads up. This is in 2021. There's a couple of news on Pizza Hut, how they are doing right now. You guys can see it here. You guys can go over, look into, zoom in or what? But this was in 2021, 22. But this topic was on 2021 last year. I know you guys going to play why it's taken. Just trying to find topics and doing research or what. It takes time and there are other things I have in my life besides YouTube, okay? Go in here. And this is going to be a 19 page. When I go over the whole thing, I'm going to skip a couple of pages or lines or what that take time or what. Here you go. And I am using cursor with Kritasan. When you scan something, it automatically goes here, screens, and it can read that text in the paper. Okay, let's go.
QSR's transformational brand of 2021, Pizza Hut finds its North Star. Pizza Hut's comeback is both an origin story and further proof that listening to customers and franchisees can make all the difference. Special report January 2022 Danny Klein who https://www.qsrmagazine.com/
And I don't think you guys know. I want to hit
One of the country's most iconic brands has turned back the clock in all the right ways. Kevin Hochman's Pizza Hut playbook had grown to 8 pages of notes. Yes, the system needed to evolve from a D9 red roof footprint to one with more carry-out, delivery-friendly Delco stores. And improving four-wall economics was step 1. But much of what Hochman jotted down rang familiar throughout the halls of Yum! Brands HQ. The KFC U.S. president stepped into Pizza Hut's comeback project in winter 2020. With a chicken giant, he directed a recolonialization plan that re-examined KFC through the lens of infusing life into an iconic chain, not shaking it up and starting anew. The company invested 100,000 hours of training on kernel standards and brought KFC's quality back to the level people remembered. For Pizza Hut, it boiled down to an elementary question with a complex answer, and one not so different from KFC's quandary. When we were at our best, why was this brand so special? Hochman says. Hochman and David Graves, who also came over from KFC, where he served as Director of Marketing Strategy and Innovation, started searching for the answer at the birthplace of Pizza Hut's journey. Along with franchisees, they explored the Pizza Hut Museum, housed in the original building where 2 Wichita State students, brothers Dan and Frank Carney, founded the chain in 1958. It kicked off a 3-month listening tour across the map. Among the operational hurdles and real estate challenges Pizza Hut had to address, the brand simply needed a compass again. And that's when we came up with this North Star, the Pizza Lover's Pizza, Hochman says. This idea that we want to position ourselves the way we've always been positioned when we've been successful. Check out last year's transformational brand of the year https://www.
Yeah, you guys hear that? Pizzas are trying to improve their ways of business, and the pizza is under brands. Brands has like five. Again, I'm not a business. Technically, I'm a business major. I have my big certified bookkeeping, but legally, technically, I'm not a lawyer, accounting, those things. So you guys can talk to those tech experts. So and when you hear in painting, to my printer, I'm doing a print out some topics. Okay, so this is how I will not edit anything. It take time. You guys want to do that? Go ahead. Then, yeah, yeah, they expect to improve the things from and get because couple of years now. Pizza it was get in a bad situation. Again, I'm not a business major for business person. I don't have experience in other things in business, so and they got a couple of people from KFC to help out. It's hard or what? So that's it. Let's go.
J.E.1 kilometer pipe of J.E.1 kilometer pipe of I.F. tilde. It's anchored menu.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I will not edit. You guys can read that. Things have changed quickly. Is it for making clear? But this so things had tech code group and
innovation, a nostalgia campaign, COVID-19 response outros, and crony broken vertical bar 1. For archivty / and corporate. Before delving deeper into Pizza Hut path back, let's take a status check. When Hawkman and Graves joined the brand's turnaround, domestic same-store sales had just declined 4% in Q4, year-over-year. Cautioned investors Pizza Hut's U.S. fleet could drop as low as 7,000 locations, which amounted to roughly 500 closures in a 24-month window. Globally, the brand shuttered 1,745 restaurants in 2020. It also opened 682 to end the fiscal year with 17,639 venues around the world, the lowest figure since Q3 2018. The main reason Pizza Hut slid was to accelerate a stateside and off-Oprah circumflex MS bus broken vertical bar hair to /minus 2018, the gap between dine-in sales and sales from delivery and
so but don't expect anything perfect. I'm gonna scan this again. It take time. And what's to expect everything is perfect, so let's go.
Carryout was significant, with both the U.S. and international seeing a roughly 10-point differential. About half of Pizza Hut sales flowed from dine-in. Within 3 to 4 years, our company expected that to drop to 25%. Arida the 1, THA. ROO. Greater than 0.5.
Yeah, this one is in the US. The comments was more than prevalent as dine-in, so less than 10% of the takeout. So,
to put it plainly, the vibe changed dramatically in 2020 and hasn't let up. FRO.RO hires U.5. Print promo 2.
It says Pizza Hut division first 2% same, so it's in quite the.
In Q3, announced in late October. Pulled back, it gave the brand an 8% two-year stack. and pizza, less than to pro less than rockus AC dash https://
Again, sorry. Things, don't expect everything in perfect. Okay? You just don't like it, move in. It says the pizza of France and China was up 70%. Okay.
The Hut Lane sprung up in 1,500 restaurants essentially overnight. Additionally, over the past year, Pizza Hut International drove a W-A circumflex.
Again, sorry. What that? Says the addition of the past few years makes that industry of growth is inflation in its real growth, going from negative that expects to open to attain events in just quickly. That or more, right? Better than you go.
AA.AG GTTR less than.
Sorry. Says the KFC of comeback goes in peace together. It is of God. And fix the sponges. Just open up it up. Here you go.
Broken vertical bar. /A IRI.air alleged president with two aims: restore the chain's relationship and trust with franchisees, and layer momentum into the business. He's leaving it confident that framework is in place. Rebate E.CW1H Hawkman resumed full-time duties at KFC. These moves solidified leadership under Pizza Hut CEO Aaron Powell, Akwae-Irquedauran, who joined equals Asep Osber to fit a spot vacated in April by now Topgolf CEO Artie Starrs. Regardless of the structure, though, the key is Pizza Hut's core has been set. What gas do Potago less than? Gladiru, Corosao Aego. S single quoted to got what in the rap that make Pizza Hut so darn special and helped it last so many http.
Yeah, it says the main point of data is Huntsman try to fix things, everything. And before he fixed a lot of things, so wait and see.
Decades. And then, construct a plan with the franchisees on how we are going to contemporize that. How are we going to take this into the 21st century, both in terms of the pizzas we sell, how do we go to market, and how do we advertise, and the transformation in a business that's going to do more and more sales off premises. And that's where we hatched the strategy of we wanted to become America's favorite pizza again, he adds. Beyond the immaterial, what did this mean? If you look at what we've done that's powered our growth during 2020 and now during 2021, we have the all-star lineup of pizzas, Graves says. Pizza Hut invented pan pizza, 1980. It invented stuffed crust pizza, 1995. We invented the Supreme Pizza, 1977 as the Super Supreme Pizza. We were actually able to tap back into that all-star lineup and really advertise them, and that has excited customers about the different types of pizzas and experience you can have with Pizza Hut. On a side, Pizza Hut actually started with thin crust pizza, not pan, much to contrary opinion. The now famous pan product was created with thicker dough that would travel better as off-premises became a larger part of Pizza Hut's model. Graves' point is exactly why the company started to lean aggressively into hallmark innovations again. And why it led with new ones, as it historically always did, such as Detroit-style pizza, an early 2021 motto that sold out in a couple of weeks. Graves says the item was a collaboration with franchisees that returned Pizza Hut to yet another pillar, the ability to democratize major pizza trends for the masses. Dressed down, Graves says, the goal is to bring pizzas that people who love pizza want to market, and to do so at moments where it's relevant. One of the first things Hockman and Graves tackled was to refocus Pizza Hut's promotional calendar to put guest favorites front and center. That included the return of its iconic 24-piece Big Dipper in March 2020. On the innovation front, the chain introduced plant-based options with Beyond Meat that November. https://www.q.
Okay. The main topic of that hold on. The main topic of that Pizza to try to work with their franchise and to make a profit and listen to your opinions or what they did couple of things it make them up powerful. So that's one way. Again, we see how we go to see this. Okay, that try to it's a kind of prove their stuff. Okay.
I think we have been on a journey of finding that balance of getting back to your roots, but doing it in a modern twist, says Pizza Hut CMO Lindsay Morgan. I will to 3 IUCWWW. Low 7,100,107 however chow example of where the intersection of nostalgia and modern have collided. The phrase frictionless experience has been M1700 AFU.
Okay, so I will not scan this again. Dude, it take time and for good. You guys can see here how things, but the main first, they got to do things along the way. Okay. Okay, it says for by phone app website or what everything.
The frictionless tech, though, presented wide a space, Hockman says. And that was really the start of our we. 7. Broken vertical bar 7F1, broken vertical bar U. 0.05. Broken vertical bar CO standpoint. COVID just sent it into hyperdrive. Pizza Hut claims it was the first national pizza chain to offer contactless pickup, which at 8 Ocrosico April 2020. The 10 FOA7 UOCWJGMW out tilt a broken vertical bar I fulfilled north of 50 million contactless orders via delivery and CW Revui. https://www.
It's hard guys to use things to the abundance like letting customers order by the phone, website, line or whatever to have them in keep. And the topic is they said pizza was the first one. Again, I don't know what and to be correct contrast free. So again, I don't know what how they I don't know what's that based on. So let's go.
The process, which speedily proliferated the sector, involved a customer pulling up, hitting a button on their phone, and having an employee run out and drop pizza in the trunk. Evan Woy, it would want the company to Sumesh Gao? GG. Broken vertical bar, broken vertical bar, broken vertical bar. WA. Broken
Sorry, but this one it says which we need to something else as well. Which but it said it's hard to this even further. Okay. If a Pizza Hut line which they say order or they all pick up window like cappuccino, chocolate line. Let's go to Pizza Hut up and order or buy grab to like window. No on board. No ordering, no zero. Back to get your pizza with not opening the car. That makes sense.
Koa, Oyitawa, circumflex 0. Less than Oaxaca in 1,500 locations overnight. All it had to do was power restaurants to be digitally enabled so users could access the feature through the ease of their preferred devices. Broken vertical bar FAF. Pizza W. Amat, one ta.
They have got two windows in many sense, but they not very business like people are not disconnected. As once markets uncovered a operation Indians gets to no Chinese expert job in people weren't the conviction of staying in their cars but wanted the speed of convenience quick service station. W said we do not take our up unable those to windows make them hard. That's the mechanism. Yeah.
It was a unique moment, he adds. Recently, Hockman observed a competitor touting the speed of curbside. But curbside in most restaurants just is not as fast as being able to run in and grab your food and run out, he says. In other terms, curbside doesn't offer two sides of today's golden token, the convenience and safety of contactless TOUIADRRHECO, MRFFW work. W, Niro WRRWHWRHE. Hectowatt. Hut lanes pop up in freestanding stores, not part of a strip mall, as well as end caps. Flynn Restaurant Group. One operator less than www single quote.
Okay, not expect things perfect, so when it's scanned again on a lot of papers and scan it with this, don't expect and plus scan again and things.
Of 937.
It says they try to get a lot of things, improve their stuff. What
937 Pizza Huts last year as part of a deal with NPC International, plans to prioritize the Hut lane in many of its stores. Going forward, the company said, it's incredibly convenient for the customer, and it's incredibly safe, Hockman says. And even most importantly, it's incredibly fast. And that's what our customer is demanding today. During COVID, hut lanes could be labeled a reaction to the rise of digital ordering and off-premises, Graves adds. But long-term, the feature will serve a convenient occasion that's fast become table stakes for the quick-serve loyalist. The demand for a rapid, frictionless carryout experience isn't going to subside when the pandemic does. Craig Robinson, best known for his role as Daryl Philpin in The Office, has helped bring Pizza Hut's nostalgia campaign to life. Hockman says Pizza Hut expects most, or close to all, of its new non-inline builds to include hut lanes. Because the franchisees see the value of it, too, he says. In general, Graves says, Pizza Hut's comeback strategy can stand the test of time and become something far more lasting. It's no secret why it worked during COVID and has continued gaining momentum during this stanza of the restaurant rebound. Brands that led with trust won when the https://
Yeah, it says slowly people carried out or the online or by phone that do or those things. And also that it don't take a time. It takes time working out. So that's the one of the COVID-19 it says good thing is they try to do a lot of things.
One eye broken vertical bar and I broken vertical bar.
Head. Yeah, it's a it says chips where the pizza had no shortage of quality. So
The company introduced a big dinner box when students went back to school, the triple treat box, a 3-course bundle for families, and continues to innovate around the ORI greater than so J, R, MPI Junior, I, broken vertical bar. RM.
Yeah, it says, you guys can see, it says, like 30 months of percent. Okay.
Percent of the Companion iota asterisk business today remains viable in a lot of markets. There's a model for Dine-In and Delco to make money, he notes. In some exoroptio exoposh is upward of 30 porcio states. Avast ne the sedang xxxt wo oasiso. GV. Yinko / XOSC Doni of YVO po FJ / It won. Cordy. IHUT, those worked on both Dine-In assets and Delco assets, Hawkman says. These are things like promoting profitable pizzas, having the right innovation program so we can get a higher codon on my seeing RCA. One of the things shot I? Broken vertical.
It's that underpin subsidiary operation, how we make this easy. So they're trying on pizza ban as well.
A focus on more premium pizzas, fewer discounts, simplification, innovation around the core, as well as options SW S-1 as a thematic impsovetoios.
Yeah, that one it says they try to do it on the ROIs, maybe on business.
However, going forward, as Pizza Hut gets back to being an aggressive builder of restaurants, Hockman says, you'll see more and more Delcos, if not 100%. Uosksetic fida. Tedding PRTSGMOIG. When we talk to franchisees, they're trying to figure out how to serve their customer, he says. Our goal is to give them a set of options to let them serve their customers. HTTPS.
Pizza Hut has profit splits in their franchise because some of the franchise don't agree and try to figure what the heck they guys doing. We see.
January. Andy Rosen, a franchisee and the CEO of CFL Pizza, says his locations produced some of the best quarterly sales results in the last 10 years. The reasons echoing much of what Graves and Hawkman shared. Over the past year and a half, the business has been focused on 4 key areas: redefining food innovation, providing convenient and safe delivery and carry-out options, leaning into our iconic pizzas, and delivering value, he says. We're building on the things that have made Pizza Hut so successful over the years, like our iconic pizzas, while implementing new strategies and key changes, like shifting our asset base from dine-in to delivery and carry-out. I'm most excited about the focus the brand is putting into our mobile app and the website to make both as frictionless as possible, he continues. I'm encouraged by the plan we have in place, and I'm excited about where the roadmap takes us in 2022. Another point Rosen highlights is the aforementioned nostalgia marketing push, which came to life with Craig Robinson, best known for his role as Daryl Philbin in The Office. Also, a limited edition Pac-Man augmented reality game the brand put on a pizza box via QR code to help guests recreate the classic arcade experience from Pizza Huts of old. A hint of the old, with the modem twist. Pizza Hut CMO Lindsay Morgan, who ascended to the role in April from Director of Brand Communications, says Robinson https://
And again, pizza try to do a couple of things to improve them, and one of them did put crazy something on the box and let them let customer play out games or what. Also, um, yeah, yeah, that's it.
The eventual S sample Sampo Hiamjian, a my example of the type of personality they'd like to lead the message. Eventually, they just asked him. In commercials, he's wearing Pizza Hut merchandise, living in. If I am Pen 1, he borrowed real artifacts from franchisees dating back to the S0SF 60s and 70s. Morgan agrees Pizza Hut's Revitazak XX. UABs to KFCs. I think what really was unique and special about Pizza Hut is it's this great heritage brand, and so many people will tie. MXO? I at a Pizza Hist, VW and Pizza Hut dropped a limited edition book IT shirt run and had to up inventory 5 different times on the same day, for Instanco. Wowergent? Afikog single quotation. Bringing these memories into the future, however, has been the challenge, to remind guests without having it feel dated. An example, following the book IT launch, Pizza Hut ARC's single quote BCWDA, truer C single quote FEA Zig XXHMNI, like tracksuits and Tiffany lamp t-shirts. The Pac-Man activation was also an example of taking something old and put -1 broken vertical bar, 1 I1.
Yeah, they tried okay. The my part is part of the topic is they trying to like they try to do the best to bring back customers and give them limited stuff and paying someone. So to where the things implement the okay, skip that. We like yeah, that's done. Okay. Yeah, the main topic on that one is the pizza. You try to improve the stuff, how it is. Okay. Well, time it tell what's going with them. Okay. Hi guys. Here you go. Let's go. This topic is about remote working jobs. Yeah, remote jobs fight published. We need to solve in 2022. Let's go.
January 11, 2022, 7:13 p.m. Remote working jobs. 5 problems we need to solve in 2022. Pipes.net. Menu. Remote working jobs. 5 problems we need to solve in 2022. Remote working, flexible working and hybrid working are all here to stay. We've demonstrated that they can work. The task now is to make sure they do. In Broken Vertical Bar, written by Owen Hughes, senior editor on December 5, 2021. iTopic. Business https://www.net.com/article/rem.
This first page is about what kind of uh, database is talking on alpha. Remote working, flexible working, hybrid working, and that's it for this job. Next one.
It's coming up to 2 years since a global pandemic tore up the traditional model of work, and many of us are still getting used to it. While some companies have seen employees trickling through their doors again, others continue to spend the week logged into work from whatever corner of the house offers the most comfort. Meanwhile, the idea of remote, flexible or hybrid working becoming the norm continues to divide opinion. Special feature, https://www.net.com/topics/building-the-workforce-tech-skills-trends.
And skip this, so you guys can do that for a time stick.
One thing that's clear as we head towards 2022 is that nobody has all this figured out yet. Yes, many companies have started putting together plans for how and where employees commit their time to them in future, with more flexibility around remote working said to be an enduring theme. But we have yet to see how this plays out in the long term, or whether organizations can sustainably reconfigure their workforces in a way that satisfies employees' new expectations of work, while meeting the strategic and commercial needs of the business. C. Setting goals for remote workers is hard. Here's what managers need to know. https://www.
Yeah, and my point of this is companies stay in their heads in the ass to figure out how to manage the or the place remote. So that's the main thing.
Then there are the more immediate issues we need to address, with many employees still facing the same WFH headaches now as they were back in the spring of 2020. Here are 5 things we need to right with flexible and hybrid working in 2022. 1. Recognizing what good looks like. One lesson that employers learned early in the pandemic is that good work can be delivered regardless of where employees are logging on from, and that hours spent online is not necessarily an indicator of productivity. That said, hard work is inherently tougher to notice outside of an office environment. This makes it trickier for employees to get ahead, and is one of the reasons that workers have reported finding career progression so difficult. https://www.techrepublic.com/article/tech-workers-getting-red. Over the past 2 years, women are disproportionately affected by this, while they are more likely than men to be attracted to remote working jobs. https://w. Largely thanks to the increased flexibility they offer, this also makes it more difficult for women to be noticed by, predominantly male, company decision makers. Women are already more likely to be overlooked when it comes to advancement opportunities. Remote working could lead to even greater imbalances unless organizations can provide equal footing to both at-home and in-office workers. Managers will need to pay more attention to the output of their workers, rather than basing their assumptions on how many days a week they spend in the office. 2. Defining flexible versus hybrid, and making this clear. Hybrid, flexible and remote working are closely intertwined, but they are not interchangeable terms. Hybrid working refers to the idea of splitting time between working in an office and https://www.
On this one, this page is talk about women. Most women overlooked and not didn't give promotion or raise based on the gender. That's the one thing. And working, the boss any CEO, boss, management then see the hard working the employees will do, and they can see what they're doing or what. And yes, also they need to be a define between flexible and hybrid to the work both the employees. So they still figure what's the topic, how they figure it.
Working from home or another remote location, whereas flexible working tends to incorporate models of work that offer more freedom around how and when employees work. This can include flexible start and finish times, split shifts, and non-traditional working weeks. When it comes to setting their future working policies, employers need to be absolutely clear about what it is they offer. Businesses shouldn't, for example, say in a job ad that they offer flexible working, when in fact they require all employees to work the hours of 9-5 and mandate in-office workdays on Monday and Friday. Exactly how flexible businesses get with their working models remains to be seen, but it's likely to be a key battleground in the fight for tech talent. https://www.net.com/artishi/remote work-developers-aren't-pianing-to-back-to-the-office/. Employees are no longer swayed by salary alone, and businesses that can restore some harmony to employees' work-life balance stand a greater chance of securing the talent they desperately need. 3. Trust in your remote workers. An uglier side to the shift to remote working is the more invasive methods used by employers to keep tabs on what their employees are up to while working remotely. According to research by Professional Trade Union Prospect, more organizations than ever, https://www.net.com/article/employee-surveillance-is-the-rise-for-us-for-us are using software tools designed to track the activity or productivity of workers in their own homes, including creepy technology that monitors employees through their computers' cameras. In the UK, a committee of MPs and peers is so concerned about the rise in automated surveillance, https://www.net.com/ that they have called on the Government and Information Commissioner's Office, ECO, to take urgent action to regulate its use. Executive Guide 4/9 https://www.
This one is happiness is like out needs to for employees, and first it is like they're not on your service or what. Other I need to yeah. So about my cut months of pay. Yeah, employees are not on based on, they don't suck up with salaries, and the 9 to 5 uh, office is not, they want flexible. So, and the third one is more companies using software to record things. That's why in UK they ask the ISO liquidate this and regulate the US, even though, because I don't know if they're using their own laptop or the company. So say, hey, they said look into this. There's something wrong with this. Okay.
Working 101 Professionals Guide to the Tools of the Trade /
Okay, I skip that. You guys can read that or what?
Businesses choose to tap. There is no denying that remote working creates challenges for management, but exactly how businesses choose to tackle this will set the tone for remote working in the coming months and years. Employees want remote working because of the freedom and flexibility it offers, both of which will be undone by hard-handed and borderline unethical methods of making sure that workers are doing what they are being paid to do while working from home. C. Finding remote work a struggle? Here's how to get your team back on track. https://www. Here's the rub.
I skip that. We might not need that.
Striking a balance between direction and autonomy in the remote working domain is tricky, and something that many managers are still trying to figure out as we head towards 2022. But organizations should use this as an opportunity to get creative about how we think of the management challenge, rather than turning to a questionable technological solution. 4. The great salary debate. Are you paying employees based on how much you think they're worth, or where they've decided to live? This has proved another divisive topic in the complex conversation around remote work, and one that many organizations will be contending with as they draw up their post-pandemic workplace policies. It's a tricky one. Salaries usually take into account where the job is located and the associated cost of living, meaning a developer role based in London or New York will typically carry a https://
Yeah, here is denying stuff remote. What you guys call it? It says police wants a remote because of the effects of the offer. And then yeah, and yes, the issue is, one of the issues, the salary. How much do you guys pay? Wants to pay, get paid, or what? Yeah, that's the topic one along with remote. So we didn't see how it is goes.
Higher salary than one based in a rural town. If an employee chooses to relocate to a cheaper city, should their salary be adjusted accordingly? C. Google staff could face pay cuts if they work from home permanently. https://www.net. Employees are unlikely to suggest they should be paid less for doing the same job somewhere else, though some might willingly take a pay adjustment if it means more freedom over how and where they work. And yet, lowering salaries impacts workers far more than keeping them the same affects the companies paying them, meaning companies who do decide to lower salaries for remote working employees need to make clear their justification for doing so. 5. Work-life unbalance. While there are many benefits,
Yeah, and the previous purchases is mostly salary is, say your company is in New York and you live in what, say Georgia or Texas. What's the low cost of living is below, so the pay is where it's not like New York or in San Francisco pay or what. So that's it.
Work-life unbalance. While there are many benefits to being able to work from home, the pandemic also demonstrated the negative consequences of working in the same place we eat, sleep and relax. The always-on culture that surrounds modern working, in which employees are increasingly answering calls and firing off work-related emails outside of office hours, was already leading to increased rates of burnout and anxiety. https://www.net.com/article/remote-workers-now- When COVID-19 lockdowns bit in 2020, employees felt even more pressure to be reachable at all times as work demands increased and restrictions prevented them from going elsewhere. https
Now, and this was a work on balance. What first is wants to cut off between the life and work. So
Remote working may make work more flexible, but it also makes it easier for employees to take their jobs and any job-related stressors home with them. If we want to make flexible working sustainable in the long term, we need better protections to stop the boundary between work and private life blurring or disappearing completely. Some countries are already taking steps to tackle this issue. Portugal, for instance, recently introduced a law that makes it illegal for employers to contact their employees outside of their regular working hours, except in exceptional circumstances. Policymakers want a similar right to disconnect law introduced EU-wide, which would protect digital workers from any repercussions from not responding to workplace demands made outside of their contracted hours. We don't need to wait around for new laws to bring about positive change. All it takes is a bit more awareness from employers about how and when they're communicating with employees, and encouraging them to practice good working habits. ZNet's Monday Morning Opener. The Monday Morning Opener is our opening salvo for the week in tech. Since we run a global site, this editorial publishes on Monday at 8 a.m. East in Sydney, Australia, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday in the U.S. A member writes it of ZNet's global editorial board, which is comprised of our lead editors across Asia, Australia, Europe, and North America.
yeah, it says again the one flexible time. And so that's the word laws on the word is say suppose you work 9 and your sleep time is 9 or you off at 5 when it's hit legally and take it again I'm not a law or what legally and take it at 5 p.m. you're off so you don't have to answer all your boss emails because what hold on. What? I say my cat wants to play, so we have to move away from the tape on the seat. I mean, I editing. That's way too much time.
Remote working may make work more flexible, but it also makes it easier for employees to take their jobs and any job-related stressors home with them. If we want to make flexible working sustainable in the long term, we need better protections to stop the boundary between work and private life blurring or disappearing completely. Some countries are already taking steps to tackle this issue. Portugal, for instance, recently introduced a law that makes it illegal for employers to
we went there. So, yeah, and so on one thing is, say you work in little working in say China, but your job is in UK or say in New Zealand or Australia or Japan or US with a different time zone. So that's going to be hard to know what day or what time. Again, I don't know how it works. I never work with that. Okay, guys. Hi guys, let's start our video. Start out the oops, sorry. I forgot to click this. Sorry, that's my bad. Hey, the one this is one of the bad things of doing YouTube and doing all things, clicking stuff on the computer on the screen. You never know what you forget to click or not to click what. So that's it. Okay.
January 11, 2022, 7:12 p.m. Solving the remote work productivity questions once and for all. December 14, 2021, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I-600 views. Solving the remote work productivity questions once and for all.
Oh yeah, the update this on 11 wait 1 21 22, but the topic was last year on December 14, 2021. Okay, and I'm like 1 more almost more than 1 month ago because I have life and besides outside of duty.
All. Yet Council posts pipe membership, fee-based entrepreneurs. By Isaac Cohen, Vice President Offer and Ramond, provider of employee monitoring, data loss prevention, DLP, and workplace productivity solutions. Getty. There has been no shortage of digital ink spilled about the merits and pitfalls of remote work. A seemingly unending surge of worker surveys, https://w scientific studies, pundit prognostications, and C-suite demands have coalesced around the one intractable truth: nobody seems to agree if remote work is a productivity boon or bust. To be sure, today's companies are highly motivated to understand this dynamic. After all, more than 80% of business leaders plan to allow people to work remotely at least part of the time. Meanwhile, as businesses look to rebound from a pandemic year, employee productivity is pivotal to their efforts. While understanding the merits and efficacy of remote work at a macro level may be impossible, any organization can assess remote work's in-house impact. Employee monitoring software, which can track and assess a variety of metrics, including app usage, message frequency, file movement, and other critical data points, was widely deployed during the pandemic, giving business leaders an unparalleled opportunity to make data-driven decisions about their employees' productivity, regardless of workplace. Full disclosure, my company specializes in employee monitoring services. As leaders look to solve the remote work productivity question once and for all, here are 3 ways companies can leverage existing employee monitoring software to better understand remote work productivity on their teams. More from Forbes Advisor. Best travel insurance companies by Amy Denise Editor. Best COVID-19 travel insurance plans by Amy Denise Editor. 1. Understand employee activity https://www.forbes.com/sites/2021/12/solving-the-dream. Traditionally, managers and business leaders would keep tabs on their employees by monitoring the office, surveying the landscape to get a sense of employee work patterns. It wasn't a highly effective way to determine employee productivity, but it provided peace of mind and set a baseline oversight standard for many teams. Of course, even before the pandemic, many operations were digital first, making these in-person check-ins less effective every day. Now that many teams have left the office entirely, employee monitoring can help fill this void. For example, companies can harness employee monitoring software to measure app activity, message frequency, web browsing habits, and other online activity. When coupled with powerful data aggregation capabilities, leaders can understand employee activity as detailed data reports provide. A breakdown of how many hours each day were spent on work-related and non-work-related tasks. Comprehensive metrics on websites, social media and applications use. Real-time trend graphs showing how much time is spent on specific projects. In a hybrid work setting where in-person oversight is less practical and effective, employee monitoring software lets leaders understand employee activity like never before. 2. Prioritize valuable work. Today's employees are busy managing organizational objectives, maintaining communication across multiple channels, and migrating to new workplace arrangements. Consequently, it's easy for the constant activity to masquerade as valuable work. https://w Especially in a hybrid environment, online activity can quickly become conflated with valuable work. The writer and journalist John Harriman described this phenomenon as a novel form of work-like non-work, mistaking activity for results. Employee monitoring software can help leaders and employees evaluate their daily activities, effectively differentiating busy work from valuable work and improving worker satisfaction and organizational outcomes by returning focus to the things that matter most. For instance, harnessing employee monitoring software to evaluate predetermined tasks and apps related to productivity outcomes provides a starting point for analysis and self-reflection. With more than half of employees reporting feeling disengaged at work, employee monitoring software empowers employees and leaders to understand how their time is spent, helping identify ways to optimize productivity by emphasizing and prioritizing valuable work over activity. 3. Embrace data-driven improvement. Deploying employee monitoring software to assess productivity can feel like a gotcha activity from upper management. While it can be a tool that encourages employees to be more intentional about their online activity, it's better understood as an educational resource that allows leaders and employees to better understand their day-to-day activities. When paired with a growth mindset, companies can pursue continual, incremental improvements that develop an ever-improving hybrid workforce. While adapting to a hybrid workforce, Microsoft deployed this technique by analyzing data from their remote employees, concluding that employees were most productive during a 3-hour window each morning. They chose to avoid meetings and gatherings during that time to better equip employees to pursue the most meaningful outcomes. Whether it's used to enhance individual workflows or company-wide initiatives, employee https://w monitoring software can provide the insights needed to improve personal and organizational outcomes, solving the productivity puzzle for everyone. As employees leave the office and settle into their off-site workspaces, productivity can be unpredictable. Whether teams are thriving in their new home offices or struggling to reach their objectives, today's trends aren't destiny, and tomorrow's outcomes can be better than ever. Employee monitoring can help, positioning every business to better understand their employees' productivity metrics, while empowering people to progressively improve their professional efforts. Simply put, don't leave it up to third-party surveys and pundit viewpoints to determine employee productivity. Instead, analyze in-house data and plan to continually enhance and optimize operational capacity in any environment. Young Entrepreneur Council, YEO, is an invitation only.
Okay, this topic says about more businesses are giving options to work from home, and the old way is like managers are looking like in their office, facing the police office, the groups where they're sitting, what doing. Now businesses are doing installing a software uh, um, with in their business laptop to see what the police are doing, and when they can see the certain times that people are doing more doing like 3 hours work and certain times, so they are avoiding meetings, do a meeting during those times. So that's good to know. Everything is good. Okay, that's it. And I am a bit short, but that's ano it says podcast. Yeah, that's how I learn. So hey, I'm still learning how to do this. Okay, see you guys.